Alright guys, so I want to welcome you to the second episode of the Dragon Ball Fighters Dragon Rush podcast. We had a really fun time recording this. We had LORDKNIGHT on, player for Beast Coast. You've seen him at LCQ, you've seen him at a bunch of other tournaments in America, and at obviously the Summit House in the first season of Dragon Ball. Really cool guy. Didn't have to do this for me. I really appreciate him coming on and talking. I want to get more pro players on and more TOs on. Obviously with the whole COVID stuff, it just sort of makes sense to get the TOs on, see where they're like sort of coming from, what point of view they can apply to this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, welcome guys to the Dragon Ball Fighters Dragon Rush podcast episode 2, hosted by myself, Taser13, and Adam, aka Don't Forget Your Joypad. First off, I want to thank you guys for the immense support on my channel, and the first episode in particular, we got some great feedback, and we really did well in terms of views. But yeah, anyways, enough about that. I want to welcome Beast Coast's very own LORDKNIGHT to the podcast. Welcome.
What's going on, guys?
Thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, like, I reached out and like within like 2 days you said you'd do it, so I was like uber happy about that. But yeah, thank you for doing this, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Amazing, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So essentially what we're going to do is we've got a bunch of things, a bunch of like current topics. But first off, I wanted to ask you, how does Season 3 feel to you so far? What teams are you playing? And are there any characters that you've been thinking about playing based off of like the changes for Season 3?
I think Season 3 is okay. I mean, it's hard asking about Dragon Ball because like I'm Dragon Ball's angry black wife. Like I keep saying the game sucks, but then like keep having fun while I play. So
yeah,
like objectively, it is better. Probably the best thing about it is that I think the character variety is really good, and people can do what the game wants you to do, but with the characters you want to play, which is a pretty important thing.
Yeah,
and it also addressed things that people didn't like about the game so much. Even though I like some of these things, most people don't like them. So I think overall, it's pretty good right now. So my main team right now is also Base Vegeta, Trunks, and Z Broly right now.
Okay.
Another team I want to try. So I also want to try Android 18 at some point.
Yep.
Instead of Base Vegeta, and I also want to try Gotenks, Team Gohan again, and who's the last character? Base Goku. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's a bit different from what we've seen before from you. Like especially obviously at LCQ, I'm pretty sure it was GT. It was Team Gohan, GT, and
SSJ Goku.
SSJ. It was SSJ. Yeah. So it's a bit different. It's a bit different, but I respect it.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. I'm just trying to do the same shit. I'm not gonna
lie. So what was?
So many people. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go.
But how are you feeling about the SSJ Goku after his 2M nerf, which seems to be the main pain?
Bro, it's hard, dude. What happened, bro? It's like he did cardio for like a day. Like the first time I saw his 2M, I actually thought the game was lagging. It doesn't look natural.
No.
I was like, what did they do to my boy?
It's kind of like his leg like sort of lags behind him, like in terms of he goes to the floor, but then his leg takes forever to extend, like forever.
Yeah, it looks really jank.
Yeah, he's one of the few characters that if I play local, I still feel like I'm playing online when I hit the 2M.
I think he's the only character, bro.
Yeah.
Like seriously. All right, cool. So, in terms of the next subject matter, obviously, I think we have to talk about it. Evo Online. I just wanted to like sort of catch your thoughts on it, on how you think it would work, whether or not it would work, that sort of thing.
They're gonna do it, and they're gonna make it work. Like I believe in them. I also am super sleep on the concept, and I probably will not enter.
Oh, really?
Especially if they don't, because there's a way they could do it the right way,
and
there's a way they could do it the wrong way. I probably won't enter regardless.
Right.
At least for Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Maybe like Grand Blue I'll play, but the right way to do it would be to go back to, I don't know how long you guys been in the scene, but they used to do Evo by regions in the United States, right?
Yeah.
So you have Evo East, Evo West, like that.
Yeah.
They have to do that. They can't do like
Yeah.
Evo, and then just be like, hey guys, let's just do it. Like, yeah, it would be so bad. But the other way they could do it is, because I don't think they actually said what games they're gonna run, right?
I think there was a list, was there not? Or am I wrong?
Did they actually have a list?
I think they did. Let
'Cause I
me.
thought that's where the meme came from.
I mean, if it follows last year's pattern, it's not the best games for netcode and
I
online.
mean,
I think there was a
right?
list. Just give me 2 seconds. So, oh, in terms of they came out with a list for the offline stuff.
Yeah. No, that's what they usually do. They have the big Evo announcement.
But in
Which,
terms
I mean,
of the online stuff, I
not
don't
for
know if they're
offline,
changing it. Yeah,
not for
I'm not
online.
sure.
Because there are games they could actually. That's where all those memes came from. Where they're like, oh, it's like Evo's gonna have KI and Skullgirls and shit because they have better netcode.
Yeah, I heard
Like, they're really gonna run
Skullgirls
down-
netcode's quite good, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Or the other thing I might do is that if they do Dragon Ball Fighters online, I'm gonna play like a super cursed team, like super cursed Netflix team.
That's so
Dragon
cheap.
Rush people to death.
Is it not
Dragon
gonna?
Rush people
Is
to
it not
death,
gonna
and
be
play
the
as
most?
Vegeta.
Would it not become like the most toxic gameplay that we've ever seen for this year's Evo? If it's
It
gonna
might
be
have to be
online.
done. It might have to be done. I've been actually thinking about it. Because the thing is, too, if you look at all the teams I'm playing right now, they're all like kind of technical.
Yeah.
You know, like base Vegeta, Trunks. Trunks is like when I play Trunks online, I usually mess up my hardware mix-ups. Like I do have to do like really simple ones. Even like Gotenks is pretty technical. 18's pretty technical. So it's like, why not instead of doing that, play like I don't know, like somebody like 2 characters as Super Saiyan Vegeta and just go nuts and Dragon Rush people to death. Like and just see if I can win that way.
Yeah.
Play like something Broly and SSJ Vegeta, make everyone's life hell, and then just Dragon Rush people to death.
It already sounds
good.
horrifying.
That's nice. Something Broly in the middle and an SSJ Vegeta team sounds kind of lit.
Listen. If you play all command grab characters, in my opinion, you're gonna win Evo Online. Like, there's no way that you lose. Like, if the Kill Sage entered, right, and he just went with Broly and just Broly, he would win the entire thing. I 100% believe that. Like,
I believe in them.
It's too hard to react to them online, I feel like.
It's hard to react them offline.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
The other problem that I sort of found with it was obviously like the lag between players. So like if someone was in Japan, for example, like Goichi versus Sonic Fox, right? It probably wouldn't be the best match in the world just because of a lag point of view, but also like on like a time difference point of view. Like when do they play each other? If that makes sense. Like do they play each other in?
That's why I said they had to do it regional. Like they really can't be doing like the true like international Evo thing because like we can't play EU, for example. We can't play Japan. Japan can't play like it's just over. Like,
Japan can't play anyone.
you have to keep it regional.
Yeah.
And then like the logistics issue is going to be like one is if you exclude any region. So let's say you guys are both in like Britain, right? So for example, let's say they only decide to do like Evo East, Evo West, and then fuck the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
Then everyone's gonna get mad. But they can't include EU because we can't play them.
Yeah.
But they don't want to do legwork to have people run specifically Evo EU, right? There's all this extra steps to take to do it. It's gonna be a really big pain. It's already hard enough for them to run normal Evo too. Like whatever people feel about how Evo is run, and I have my own feelings about it too, because it's not like the best tournament ever. You know, it's like it's okay. You know, like it's cool. It's mostly the prestige is why people go.
Yeah.
They want to win, right?
Yeah.
But it is a pretty huge endeavor that they go on because they have so much shit they need to have set up. They have all this like where the space is going to be allocated, where the judges are going to be allocated, the schedule, seating. Like that's all like it takes some months, right?
Yeah. No,
so
definitely
doing that so like saying that they're going to do it online, they're pretty much scrambling. I feel like to still get it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a last ditch effort kind of situation, right? Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I because that's what crossed my mind. I don't know about you as well, Adam, but like that's what crossed my mind instantly was like how there's no way that they can do it like internationally. There's just like there's no possible way. The only game that I could think that has a really like I could play people in America on this game is Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11. and I don't even play them that much. Like, but in terms of Mortal Kombat 11, I could play someone in America and the connection would be completely fine. Whereas on Dragon Ball, if I play someone, if I was to play you, the connection would be like 7 frames, 8 frames. Like, it just wouldn't happen. And it's
I would just say no.
Exactly, like exactly, like it literally just wouldn't happen. So for those types of games, I think it's definitely a struggle. Like I say, for Mortal Kombat, they could maybe stretch it a bit more if it was in Evo, but it's not.
But even then, once you go over a certain frame delay, you're no longer playing the same fighting game. So the victory is it's somewhat meaningless at that point. I think to a lot of competitors.
I'm gonna be super toxic if I enter, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the number of PRs we're gonna see in
from me,
finals.
I mean, I've never played. I've never played Grand Blue, but there's got to be like some dirty character on that game that would be just like horrible.
The difference between Dragon Ball and Grand Blue is that Dragon Ball, we have to also look out for system mechanics online that we normally. I've been playing a ton of, and people are like, "Why don't you play on PC? Stop bitching about PSN." I'm playing on PSN specifically so I can understand the people. That's why I play it. That's why. Like, people who comment on my videos and stuff, they all play PSN. I need to know how they feel.
Yeah.
Right? I need to feel their anger too. So it's the system mechanic. It's like Super Dash, Vanish. Like Dragon Rush, 6M, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Grand Blue, you don't get combos off all your hits. So like getting hit by like overhead like doesn't, like there's no assist to call for follow up, right?
Yeah.
So the only difference is that like some characters have moves that are like a little bit more annoying to deal with online than offline. But so playing that game online is like a lot easier than playing Dragon Ball.
All right.
Dragon Ball's a good game.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Online is definitely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of obviously DLC, we got the Ultra Instinct Goku trailer the other day. I think it was 2 days ago. I just wanted to like grab your thoughts on what you think about how he looks and who just sort of play a guessing game as to who you think are the next 3 DLC characters based off of what we've got already.
You're gonna be really sad.
Oh no!
Really sad. I didn't watch the trailer. I never watched the trailers.
You didn't watch the trailer?
I never watched the new character trailers.
Oh really?
I actually hate when they drop new character trailers.
How come?
Because they don't show anything. It's all bullshit. Like, they don't show anything, and then people will watch the trailer and they'll go frame by frame to try to guess what the moves are. Like, what the fuck is the point? Like, just wait for them to actually show the character in game. That's what I wait for. I don't make any new character analysis until they do they usually do the week before the character drops. They do a sit down play session.
Yeah.
20 minutes. I watch that all the time.
Yeah, no.
The trailers where it's like, here comes Goku again with white hair.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna put it out there, man. Ultra Instinct's my favorite form of Goku, bro.
That's fine.
That's
fine. You could like him.
But I can like him though because it's not Goku. It's like a different
all I'm saying is, in that trailer, the Akuma stance came out and I cried. It was over for me.
Oh yeah, it was
he
cool.
He does one move and he busts the Akuma stance. My cat just decided to take out my lighting.
But yeah, I think UI looks really cool. I think he's going to be similar to Hit, sort of with stances and that sort of thing. I also think he's going to be similar to Jiren, which makes me really sad. I just don't want that at all. But in terms of, so if you haven't watched the trailer, there's not much to talk about there. But if you want to give guesses for future DLC, then go ahead, man. Feel free.
I'm also gonna make you really sad again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't care who they add. They can add whoever they want.
You don't have a favorite Dragon Ball
character in the game, dude. It's the only character I would want in the game. In the game since the beginning, and they added a waifu character that I never played, 21. So who else are they gonna add? I don't know.
Master Roshi.
Yeah, add some meme characters. I literally do not care. They could add anybody. They already have Goku. They already have Vegeta. They already have Trunks, and they have 21. So this is a funny story, right? So when the game came out, remember when the game came out? They did the release party in LA, and they had exhibition matches and stuff. I played Nakio.
A
round robin and stuff. So we actually all got interviewed about the game and Dragon Ball beforehand. They're like, oh, like, what's your favorite moment from Dragon Ball? Who's your favorite Dragon Ball character, right? But I'm like a super huge Dragon Ball fan. I just like, I watched it from a kid, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So they're like, so what's your favorite Dragon Ball moment ever? And I was like, oh, it was when Goku met Bulma for the first time, and they're like, in the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah. Like Dragon Ball.
They're like, okay. So who's your favorite character in Dragon Ball Z that's in the game? I'm like, Android 21, and the guy's like, they made her for this game. I was like, I know.
But she's my favorite character.
Yeah. So they didn't show my interview. I was the only.
Oh, they didn't show it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I memed them too hard. I memed them too hard.
You literally showed up. You left after the interview, and they said, "No, we can't show it." He went, "What do you mean we can't show it?" He went, "He didn't answer a question."
So like before we played, because there's like 4 of us, right? So it's like Nerd Josh played like I think like Tatsunoko, like Perfect Legend or something. So they showed both of their interviews. So it's like they showed like 30 seconds of each. Then it's like Nakil versus me. They showed Nakil's interview, and then they're like, "Oh, you could play." And I was like, where the fuck is my thing?
they literally were having none of it, mate.
Yeah.
Did you?
Like,
yeah, but the thing is though, did you mean to meme on them, or are you actually like being genuine?
I was like half serious.
Yeah.
21 is a sick character. That is 100% LK character. You know who can add, right? They could actually add 21 in a lab suit. If they could have like 7 Gokus, we can get another 2.
You just want a costume change.
Please, man. Seriously, Arxis. Listen, I know this podcast ain't the biggest thing in the world, but if anyone from Arxis sees this, please add 21 in a lab coat. Please. It has to be done.
Yeah, they have her everywhere else in the game except for playable. So
like her intro is there, in the story mode is there. Just please.
Model's there, right? All you have to just give her some moves.
Well, the thing is, she just have to have the tail, right? And then she could just be 21. Like in a lab coat.
That's probably the issue, right?
Huh?
That's probably the issue. It's probably the issue is that she has all these tail moves and shit, right?
Yeah, like literally, because when she's in the lab coat and she's human, she doesn't have the tail.
Yeah, it's your new move. I don't know.
No, bro. I'm fully.
You're just saying everyone else has punch, slide kick. Like you can do it.
Bro, I'm 21, mate. I'm fully behind that. You know.
That DLC will sell.
Hell yeah. All right, so we had some questions. Some were from my Discord, some were from Twitter, and they wanted to get like your opinion. Obviously, that's why they asked. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask. So, somebody asked from my Discord, what is the best assist in the game right now, in your opinion, LK?
Still beams.
Still beams.
Yeah, I basically think it's the same. I think it's like season 2.5 pretty much. Like I think the same stuff is good mostly. Like beams are still the best. Beams basically still run this game, I think.
Yeah.
And that also includes not just like the Kamehameha Masenko beams,
yeah,
but also like anything that just travels full screen as a projectile. So like Android 21 assist, Broly assist, the A assist, like anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's the best type.
Do you think that still applies to like GT Goku as well, his assist, or?
Yeah, he's still there. I always like when I rank the assist, I have like the pure beams, like the Kamehameha Masenko type beams, like first.
Yeah.
And then GT like slightly under that, and then like the Broly 21.
Cell.
I guess Kefla would be in there. Cell is like a kind of different than that type.
Yeah.
Because his doesn't go full speed.
Yeah.
His
right.
To me is like Super Saiyan Vegeta's more, and that's also top tier type of assist too. But like I guess those are like on the same level as those like Z Broly, 21, Kefla, Tian, like characters like that.
Yeah.
I think those are the best types of assists. They help everybody. They help everybody in the game. If you have a weakness, they just cover it like pretty easily. They're mostly easy to combo off of. Mostly, mostly have good blocks on. Has everything.
Yeah. So you think that the beams? So what about like Bardock B assist, for example?
Overrated.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
In
why'd you say it's overrated?
Yeah. In what sense?
Because like people are like, oh my god, this thing's broken. I'm like, it's the same shit. It's the same blocks and assists, right? Like we have blocks and assists. If you say like we have blocks and assists already in the game. Okay, so one, people are like, oh my god, you could do mix-ups with this fucking block string assist. Like, okay, you could do it with all the block string assists. Oh my god, the tracking is mad good. The tracking is mad good, but everyone jumps all day and it doesn't hit in the air at all. So you still have to actually aim your move at them, and like you have to hit them with that key blast and call him, right?
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. Like you can't just like, yeah, like I guess it's Ham that he teleports over there. Some people are like, why does Bardock get to track over there, but these other assists don't? But there are other tracking assists in the game. Like Janemba has a tracking assist.
Yeah.
Tien has a tracking assist. His sucks though. Gotenks has a tracking assist, right? Piccolo has a tracking assist. And like in comparison, I feel like first like Piccolo, that's a super underrated assist. His A assist is a crazy assist. You get like 2 assist calls for one because he gets 2 orbs.
Yeah, now he does. Yeah,
and they track you. They track you. All you could do is you have to do something about that. And he's just and the other nigga's like, oh, my neutral sick while these 2 orbs are floating at you. You can't stop, right? I mean, Gotenks players are here like chuckling while they super dash and call Gotenks, and then you block it in the air for like 60 frames. I don't know what the block sound is, but it's way too much. And then they just stand under you and they go, haha, it's a left right sick. And meanwhile, people are like, oh, Bardock. So the only reason why people really care so much is because Bardock has it and he's top tier all the time.
Right. I understand.
Itself is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's not good. The assist itself is pretty good. It's good.
Yeah.
But like most of it is just that Bardock has it. Like I don't think it would be as like memed on if like let's say I don't know, they fucking
Nappa had
who sucks in the game. Yeah, like Nappa. Like or like if Ginyu had it. Like if Ginyu had it, no one would say shit. Like it's like
to be honest, I can actually back that up because it's like it's true. Like if Krillin had that assist, guess what? People still wouldn't play him.
Yeah, right. You're only really mad because Bardock. It's the same. I had the same issue last season with Bardock's A assist. I said that assist was overrated, and people came at me. I'm like they're like, oh, but you can combo off it. I'm like, who cares? Like you combo off all these assists. Like it's I get it. Like it's fast. It's easy to combo off of. The block sounds okay, but it's the same shit. Like if you jump, there's nothing to worry about, and that's all you guys do is jump. That's why you all hate GT, right? So why are you worried about this?
I think you're right. I think it's just the fact that it's this assist paired with an already top tier character.
Yeah, I think it's just
the fact that it's Bardock. Yeah,
it just says Bardock. That's why people are like, he doesn't need a C assist. I'm like, his C assist, he doesn't have a beam, right? So you can't give him that because most of the time that's what they give you. Like look at Gohan, right? So Gohan, I think. He has his B assist is a block zone assist, right?
Yeah, the punches, yeah.
His C is a beam assist. So normally I feel like they would give that type, like Bardock, a beam assist, but he has no beam. They're not gonna give him a single key blast as a C assist, right? So it actually tracks anti-airs like really well, his C assist. But people are like, oh, no reason to use this because you got Bardock B. Oh well, because that tracks. Except I'm gonna be in the sky floating forever. You have to touch me first before you call him. Like all the other block string assists. It's just Bardock. I think it's just people freaking out about Bardock.
Yeah.
I literally just made a video about that like 3 days ago about how it's overrated. people came at me, but it'd be like that. That's how I feel.
That's a good point because a lot of people are saying it's overrated, but then I'll go and play ranked online and I'll hit it, but the other person's just jumping back the whole time.
Yeah. That's literally why one of the reasons why people want GT to be nerfed. It was that assist. They wanted to. Oh my god! I keep saying we deserve GT, and people would get super angry.
Well,
how could you say that?
That's really interesting because I saw it was on the Kill Sage's channel. I was watching obviously at the start of season 3. There was a bunch of games of you, Sonic, the Kill Sage, and I think Alucard as well.
Yeah, I think Alucard I probably wasn't there. We don't go at the same times, but yeah. If it's the beginning of the season, it's us 3 for sure.
Yeah, because I remember you played Sonic a bunch of times, and the Kill Sage, and he was like teaching you Broly and that sort of thing. And I remember you saying on one of those videos where you were like, don't quote me on what you've said, but you said something along the lines of, GT assist enabled me so much or something like that. I don't know if you...
Yeah, I never said that. I said not only that, I almost definitely said that. I probably also said, because those were my first games without playing GT. I was like, I don't know how to play the game without GT.
Yeah, that's like, exactly. Now, like, do you think, genuinely, like, do you think that that's like a massive part of people's game plan when they're playing him, in terms of like just jump and then I get like complete control of the map, or do you find the game is actually harder when you don't have him on your team?
The game, I mean, it just was that, like I've been playing that GT SSJ shell for like 6 or 7 months, right? So I was like really developed with the usage, right? The only thing I swapped was that I dropped Bardock for Team Gohan. So
Right.
like my first games without GT, like I see the person jump and I'm like, oh, what do I do? Like I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because before I would stupid dash and call him, and then it's time. Or I would run up and call him, or like keep elastic call him. Like it's all like built out. Like when they're here, I need to do this.
Yeah.
But playing the team I was playing, I guess I'm still playing the same team. Okay. I didn't really have this is what I'm supposed to do when they're doing this yet.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
But also we deserve GT. This game deserves GT.
In what sense deserves? Like, what do you mean?
Because all the anti-airs are garbage, so everyone jumps all day, and then people complain about like the game taking too long, and then they put a character that literally makes the game faster, and then they're like, "Fuck this character."
I mean,
so all they're doing is listening to you.
Listen, Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm a GT main as well. He's in my main team. Always will be. I love that character. Yeah, I still play him. Yeah, I made a video on him recently. Like a meme video. He's so much fun. Like literally, his reverse Kamehameha combos are cool. His assist is he's so sick. Like the thing is, people like memed on me at London Brawlers like, oh, you play GT because he's OP. No, I play GT because he's fun. Like it wasn't the fact that he had the Spirit Bomb Oki for me. It was genuinely his combo routes. Like his combo routes are so freaking cool. And I said to myself this season, I was like, I don't want to drop him just because they nerfed him a little bit. I still love his combo routes. And I stuck with him. And I do, like, that is part of my game plan, is just chill, wait for GT assist to be up, they jump, and then I go in. Like, so, I get what you're saying. I wasn't like calling you out, by the way, in terms of like what you said and stuff. I just remember you saying it, and I was like, I just wanted to like grasp what you meant about it, if that makes sense.
No, I know, it's all good.
Adam, what do you think about GT assist? I know that you have opinions on GT.
I'm not a fan of GT. I mean, a lot of it relates obviously to season 2 and being a 16 player and everyone picking GT and fuzzing me non-stop in the corner. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a slightly OP character in the game, and as LK rightly pointed out, the fact that they put somebody in to help speed up the matches, I just don't think you can please the fans for this game at all. They're always going to complain.
No, it's impossible. It's impossible to please.
I mean, they brought GT down a peg, and there's a lot more balance introduced when he's playing in matches. So I don't think there's any complaints left to have against GT, other than he's tiny.
Yeah,
he's still really small.
Yeah. I actually I used to not complain about it. I mean, I definitely picked him because he was top tier, but he also the game is telling you what to do. Like the game, he literally all people do is jump all day. He has an anti-air assist. All people do is dice roll me when I knocked him down and kill me. Dude, I used to go crazy. I would watch my sets and I'd be like, all right, what happened? Like, how did I lose? And I started noticing that I would always hit my opponent first, and then I would get hit, and then I die.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I might as well just not play neutral. I might as well just run up to them and let them hit me. Apparently, that's what I'm doing by hitting them. So, but thanks to GT, when I play like GT or I play Team Gohan and I snap them, when I hit them, then I hit them again.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm getting hit. Right?
Yeah, no.
The game literally told me I have to play him. Like, I have to play him.
Yeah.
And he's fun.
So in terms of like fuzzies and stuff, do you miss them, or does it not really bother you?
Yeah, the game has no mix-ups. What are you supposed to do? We just talked about Bardock B, right? The whole reason why people freak out about Bardock B is because you actually get to do a mix-up. You keep taking out mix-ups. You're taking them out. What are you supposed to do?
Okay, so hang on. This segues so perfectly into another question that I got asked to ask you on Twitter from at Tetsugra. I think I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry, bro. But he said, what are your thoughts on the pressure structure this season, and how does it differ from last season?
It's so whack. Like, I mean, is not okay. Like you probably already noticed by the team builds that I have, but what they all have in common is that they have crazy slide knockdowns and level 3s, and they can put pressure on you. They can extend pressure without assists easily, right? They all have that in common. You literally need that because they buff defense even more because you can't get your assist back until the opponent has the ability to tag. That is crazy. So it's 30 frames. That is so crazy. So on the plus side, it nerfs characters that I hate, like Adult Gohan, the scrubbiest character in the game. But I had to say it. I have to let people know that he's scrubby.
I played him in season 2, man.
Yeah, that character is mad scrubby. That character is super scrubby. So nerfing him is good. That makes me happy, but I think it hurts the game more than it helps. Like I'm willing to put my hate of Adult Gohan aside to recognize that is a bad change.
Of course.
It's bad. It's not a good change. It actually, like, there is variety, like more variety on the surface level of the game right now. But I think, especially if we were competing, you would see people real quick fall into a group of like 15 characters or so, just because of that.
Yeah. Just on that point, where do you see the current meta of the game going now?
It's just season 1 again, right? It's just level 3. Everyone's gonna pick characters with good level 3s that have mix-ups. You're still gonna see beam stuff, like Goichi's playing double beam, but he just has trunks instead of SSJ.
Yeah,
which is what I was going to do if my current team failed. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing. And then in like, I don't know, in like November, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, I figured out how to beat Snap," and then everyone's gonna do that. Not everybody, but some people, like me, I will do that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think so. Like a lot of people have picked up, for example, like Base Jeter for his level 3 Oki.
Yeah.
Like it's really strange. Like I picked up 21 because this season, first off, because Fuzzy's weren't in the game anymore. And secondly, because I just love that character. Like I've always loved her from the actual game. I've just never been able to play her. And then exactly. Come on, man. And then I was like, I want to play 21 because I just love the character. And then it just so happened that her level 3 Oki was like, it wasn't undiscovered. It's just people didn't rate it as much.
People knew about it from season 2.
Yeah,
I knew about that from season 2, and it's just a command grab. Like she can open you up.
Yeah, but like
anyone who says it's not fast and they can react to it.
Oh no, her one's fast. Her one's fast. her one is fast. But like the thing is, right? Like I just don't understand why more people wouldn't have picked her in season 2. Like, is that only because of Fuzzies? Do you think, or?
I would definitely say it's part of that. It's part of the reason. 21 did well in season 2 though. Like there was a 21 player in the World Tour Finals, right? Montoi was in the World Tour Finals, and then like Nokami was originally top 16 at the beginning of the season. He was top 16 for a while.
Yeah,
or at least like a few months. The character has always been around, and the character got top 8 at Evo 2.
Yeah,
the first year. Actually, both years, right? So she always has results. I think people are just unconventional. She's not really like they made her for this game. So like if you like her, it's just because like you're horny or something. I'm fine.
Hey, listen, that's baiting me out, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not judging because I'm the same. Like I like her too. That's fine, dude.
No, but that's not even it, though.
I admit it.
I like the character design. I like the character.
I like the character too, dude. I get it. Like,
no, I like the character. I like the character design.
I think it's just like, just like the meme about like, oh, I'm gonna get fuzzied if I pick this character. Like, yeah, you are, but like, they're still like mad good, and they have stuff that other characters can't do.
Yeah.
So, we had Broly, we had Cell. Cell was in Grand Finals of World Tour. We had Andrew 21 in World Tour Finals. We had Z Broly in World Tour Finals. So it's like, obviously, I mean, it's just you. Like, not you specifically.
Yeah.
The people blame fuzzies, right?
Yeah. That's the thing too. Like, we also had in LCQ, we also had a cooler player in top 8. We had a hit player in top 8. We had Kaiden and obviously Obi Assassin. Like, there was a lot of players that actually still played fuzzyable characters. And it's because they knew those characters so well to the point where they were like, okay, well, I can get fuzzied, but like what does it matter? I still have stuff on this character that can
You're
mix
gonna get
them
mixed
up.
up. You're gonna regardless if you get touched, right? So
Sorry,
like
say,
high
say
level,
that
right?
last bit again.
Yeah.
You're gonna get mixed up regardless if you get touched at high level. So it's like, what's the difference between like? I don't think any of those guys are thinking, oh, I lost to LK because he fuzzied me to death. Like,
yeah.
I don't think anyone's being
especially as well, like towards the end, obviously we had like the universal fuzzy that came in, so it
all were equal.
Yeah, and it was sort of irrelevant at that point. Okay, let me just grab my next question. This one's on my phone actually, because I can't get it on my PC. So this was from one of my viewers. His name is Velik. He basically asked what you think has contributed to fighters being so big, and who, in terms of content creators, has actually helped with that the most. Like your maybe top 5 or something.
Okay, that's
and he said you can say yourself.
I can't say myself because I definitely don't contribute to the game being popular.
Okay.
That's for sure. Or at least it becoming popular. Because
Okay.
I didn't, when the game came out, I was like making videos, but I'm like, it's really hard for me, and you probably might have noticed, but it's just hard for me to say stuff without knowing for sure, and then like thinking about it. So like the UI Goku thing's a perfect example. Like I literally, the only thing, okay, I said I didn't watch the trailer. The only thing I did was I checked to see how long the trailer was, because I was like, if this shit is like less than 2 minutes, that's bullshit. I'm not gonna watch it. It's just gonna be music, and he's gonna stand there, and he's gonna pose, and he's gonna shoot the beam. I'm not gonna watch it. Okay.
Pretty much with the trailer.
Yeah. And I saw it. I searched UI Goku Fighters. It's like 1 minute and 16 seconds. I know this because I just watched it, checked it, and I watched it. Checked it like 2 days ago, and I was like, not watching it. So the game is obviously big because it's Dragon Ball, and people love Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And one thing I learned from not just playing the game, like I don't think you can learn this from just playing the game. You have to like somehow engage people who are also playing the game. Okay. And what I mean is like when you play tournaments, you are playing people who play the game, but it's mostly like only fighting game people. And especially if you're like really, really going for it, like World Tour style.
Yeah.
You're basically playing other like the best representatives of high level play from each region, right? So
yeah,
and you just interact with them. Okay.
Yeah.
You're missing on, while you have supporters and stuff, you're missing about like 80% of the people who play and what they are going through. So the only way you would know is if you go out of your way to talk to them, which is what content creation does. So I know more now about how other people feel about the game through content creation. Yeah. And I also understand how much people really like Dragon Ball. It's actually nuts. Like I'm like, whoa, you guys really like Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I'm just like Dragon Ball. I'm like Dragon Ball school. So you're like, I love this. I love Dragon Ball. Oh my god, I'm like, that's crazy. So like people really, really like Dragon Ball. So that's the main thing. And then of course you need people to carry the game through the years, right? So that's partly what we do by playing tournaments too, like getting hyped to see like your favorite Trunks player, your favorite hit player, or like new unknown OD base Goku from France, or something like that, right? To carry the game. Okay? Yeah. So there's that stuff, and then you have the content creators as well. So as a tournament, as having my hands in both, like the tournament player, and I got destroyed by comments for saying this, like some. Like we being like tournament players, like really, really not like your average person, like top 8 people, right?
Yeah.
They literally don't give a shit about content creation. Like when like Maximilian says something. So like Max, of course, he's gonna play every game when it comes out. He's the #1 fighting game channel on YouTube, right? Yeah. So he's gonna play like Dragon Ball Day 1. He's gonna play, right?
Yeah.
People that's a casual to me though.
Yeah,
that is casual to me. What he says about the game, I don't care, right? But what he says to also does not target me. Obviously, I am going to literally study the game. Yeah. He is going to play it for a few days and be like, "Look, guys, it's Android 16 shooting missile. Cool, big body." But we need that, though.
Yeah, no,
we need
100%.
That. We need that. So we need Max. So in Dragon Ball, the only reason why I wouldn't include Max is because I think he is just like, and I want to be this too. I want to be just a general. Like I just like fighting games.
Yeah.
but like people like I would say like Dodo Doya,
Yep.
Jamcroft, Lotus,
Yep.
Asakura,
Yeah.
Rufamonger.
Yep.
Yeah, those would be like in my head. Those are the biggest, most important Dragon Ball content creators.
Yeah.
I would say because they are basically taking care of the vast majority of the players.
Yeah.
Like and keeping the game in the forefront of their minds too.
Yeah.
To the vast majority of players, which is what is really really important. Like, and people say this all the time. Like, we can't keep fighting games alive with just tournament players. Like, it helps because like we bring like the hype, or hopefully, right? Maybe someone with a boring playstyle like me won't bring the hype, but like if somebody has like a cool character, like the kill stage playing Broly last season, it's so great. Like, not only is it a good story because of like where he was in the game from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, but it was a character that people thought that it could not be done with. That's why that's why the kill stage and like Wawa or like OB, that's why they're so like such nice stories, as opposed to like, I mean, Sonic and Goichi's gonna have the traditional easy like these guys are the best, they fight. Okay, that's but it's so much better than like, oh, LK plays Team Gohan GT SSJ and he just snaps them over and over until they die. Is it fun for me? I love doing it, but I understand that shit. Like, if I was the one winning with just that, game's done.
Yeah.
Game's done. Game sucks. This game sucks. We need shit like that. And we need both sides.
I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I don't know how you feel about Adam, but in terms of like Dato Doya and J.M. Crofts, like when I was because I was a Injustice 2 player originally, I got like top 8 in Europe and all that stuff, and I really went hard on that game, and that was my first proper fighting game. And I picked up Dragon Ball because it looked cool. I'd never even watched the show, and I couldn't play it. I literally could not play that game. So I dropped it for a little bit, like 2 months, and then Bardock was coming out, and I'd watched the show at this point. So I was like, damn, I really like Bardock, man. Like, I've got to go back to the game. So I went back, and somebody who actually helped me learn the game on a casual level was actually J.M. Crofts. And I'll fully, like, I don't care, like, I'll fully admit, like, I watch his videos daily to learn new stuff about Dragon Ball. Now, it's a bit of a higher level for me, so I probably wouldn't. But for like for the average player who just wants to learn Dragon Ball for the fun of it, I would definitely be like, yo, go watch J.M. Crofts or go watch like Dato Doya and all of those lot, and especially Rufamonger as well, because the what's it called, the tutorials he has, right? So for me, it's just like I think what you actually say is really really solid. Like, having the YouTubers that you say take care of, but I know what you mean. Like, they take care of like the majority of the players, because tournament players can't just keep a game alive, right?
Yeah, it needs to be both. It needs to be both. Like, they need to be, because first of all, it's not tournaments all the time. I mean, COVID aside, right? There's not tournaments all the time.
Yeah.
And tournament players, they like, I mean, their main priority overall is like just to be the best at the game. Like, I literally had this mindset. Like, I've had my YouTube for, so obviously like this year, I'm really like fortunate and grateful that like people are responding to the videos and like subscribing to the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've actually tried grinding YouTube before when Guilty Gear came out.
Right.
So the first 2,000 subs I got were from making like videos in Guilty Gear. And I just remember like a month or two into it, I'm like, bro, this is such a waste of time. Like these vids, they get like 1,000 views. This is like 5 years ago. They don't get that many views. It takes me mad long to edit, because I just wasn't good at editing, and I want to practice. Like tournament players, they anything that's like not playing is like a waste of time, right? So we literally need those content creators to make the content to keep people interested in the game, because there's not always tournaments, and those people who are doing well in tournaments don't necessarily care, for better or worse, care about like maintaining the scene. They just want to play a game.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I was gravitating from, I stopped playing after Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and took a big hiatus from the scene. I came back in on the release of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and thought, okay, this is my game, and this was the only thing, narrow vision I was focusing on.
Yes.
I wasn't really. I knew Dragon Ball, and I loved the series. I watched I read the original Dragon Ball, so even pre-Z. Wasn't really interested, and it was only when I came across a Rifflemonger video who was just explaining the breakdown of the mechanics that I was suddenly like, bang, pushed Infinite, deleted Infinite, Dragon Ball Z straight away. So I think it's like you said, you need both sides, but having these content creators who do cater for 80% or so of the current Dragon Ball players is massively important. If it was just the tournament players, I don't think we'd have as many people or casuals getting into the scene. And expanding it.
We literally need casuals for the games to exist. Like, we need them. So,
yeah, 100%.
Even my channel, like, I want in the future to be like in that type of group that like helps. Like, all the things I try to do instead of like what I try to do mostly is I try to like walk you to the advanced concept. Like, I think a normal fighting game player, like let's say like I don't know, like Night Lord wants to post a video about like I don't know, super jump install. Okay, so he'll just be like, "This is super jump install Dragon Ball. This is how you do it. It's OD." Okay, it's cool that it's there, and there will be people who watch it. But my perspective is the way you actually get a lot of people to get, because that's the thing about tournament players too. Like, casuals don't care about this; they don't care. So why would we upload it? Like, why would we share?
Yeah.
The people who really want to know will find the info, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
Which is kind of true. But the people I like for a long time, I like, for example, like here's a quick example. When someone asks me like, how do you mix up with X character? I'm like, in my head, usually I'll just like answer sometimes. But if it's with a character I don't know, like in my head, I'm like, why not just watch the best player of that character, his videos, and then look at their mix-ups and just steal it? But there's actually multiple steps. Like you have to, 1, find out who the best player is of that character. 2, somehow find their matches, because they might not play online. If they play online, you need to figure out their online handle. If they don't play online, you need to hope that they go to an event that records something and then watch the videos. Okay. And then 3, you have to sit and watch the video until the moment comes that they do the mix up. 4, you got to write down the mix up. That's 4 steps. As opposed to, hey, how do you do the mix up? Someone tells you.
Yeah.
So even though in my head, I'm like, why don't you just do this? I recognize there's like extra steps. So what I try to do is I try to set, like, I like bait them. Like I set it up, like I set up a simple idea, and then I get to the complex idea I actually want to share, and I walk them through it in a way that they will understand that complex idea at the end of the video.
Yeah.
As long as they watch the whole video. So like if we talk about super jump install, I would never make something called like, oh, like this is how you super jump install in Dragon Ball. Instead, I'd probably do like the secret movement that pros don't want you to know or some shit. And then I'll be like, okay, step 1, jumping is too good. Step 2, anti-air suck. So step 3, if you do this thing, you could do this super jump thing where you go flying across the screen and you can go like this, and then they're like, oh, wow. I never thought of it like that. And that's it.
All right.
And way more people will watch it instead of just being like, this is how you do this. And then only the people who are looking to do that specific thing, aka just competitive players, would see it. Yeah.
All right.
So it's kind of the bridge gap.
So there's one more question, and then we're pretty much done. So it's kind of like, it's sort of 3 questions, but one's like a sub question to the first one, if that makes sense. So it was, what was it like taking part in the Summit House? And also, how did you obviously get there? Like whether you got contacted or that sort of thing. And also, somebody wants to know how the same person wants to know how they grow their YouTube channel.
So they asked it in a weird order. So I'm gonna answer it in the order that I think makes the most sense.
Yeah.
So I did not get contacted to get into Summit. I had to get voted in.
Okay.
I was really exceptionally unstable when Dragon Ball came out as a player. Like if you don't know, so like for example, they basically determined who was going to get in, because normally, Summit does a bunch of stuff for like Counter-Strike and Dota and Smash and stuff. So for those games, they basically have like, they're so established and stuff that they're like, all right, if you're this rank, you're just in. And then like if you're not, then you can qualify by like getting in through these tournaments, and then also you can be voted in.
Yeah.
But for Dragon Ball, it was a new game, so they're like, okay, we're just gonna see who does well in like the first 2 months at big stuff, and we'll just pick them. Okay. So, for example, like Goishin Fanrench did well in something in Japan. Same with Dogra. Same with Kaz, I'm pretty sure. And then they picked a few. I'm definitely not remembering this perfectly, but they picked a few US players based on early results. And one of the places they picked was based off a tournament I went to, a major I went to, the first US major, right? So right before then, I had basically been winning almost everything I went to, besides like NLBC a couple times.
Right.
So like I won like some really important regional events, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this first major. But at that major, I didn't make out of pools, and that major is the reason why they picked Nakio, because he got like 4th. He was like the highest placing person who wasn't in or something.
Right.
So they picked him based off that. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't based off that, then it was like a final round or something. So as the first year before Evo continued, I'm still like competing and stuff. And then they gave a list of the tournaments that would allow you to nominate yourself to be voted for, and none of the tournaments where I did well, none of the big tournaments where I did well were included in that.
Damn.
Actually, none of them. So like at that point, my best result, like Bum's birthday bash or something, I got like 5th. That was a pretty stacked tournament. So they recognized this issue and they added a couple of more tournaments because so many people were complaining that it's actually 2 people they're complaining about. People, right? So me and Timo from Canada.
Right.
They were like, how these guys are doing so well, but because they're not in these group of tournaments that you just arbitrarily pick, no one really know, they can't qualify. So they added a couple more. I think they just let Timo nominate himself because he won something, but they were like, like he won some big tournament, but it just wasn't on the list for some reason.
Right.
And then they let me nominate myself after like one more tournament because we were having Super TSB. So they're like, okay, you know, there's a bunch of people who are already in Summit going, so we were let this be one too. And then like you can nominate yourself if you do well. If you do well. So I did what I had to do. And I had to go through the voting process. It's one of the most stressful things I've ever done in my entire life. And not the night before. I now understand how politicians feel the night before the vote. For real. The night before that vote, I was like really, because the number a little lore. So they got the kill stage got in day 1. There's a couple of tech things you could do to get into Summit. One, if you really like trying to get in through voting, because you have to raise money, right? So the true ideal way is to be second place, because it's 2 people per day that get in, right? So being second place on the first day is the way. That's like the optimal slot you want, because that means you are taking the least amount of money to get in. Because you know each day you need more and more and more and more money, right? But for Dragon Ball, they were only doing 1 person the first day, and we were like, oh, Sonic is going to smoke us. He's going to get his boy the Kill Sage in there for sure. I was not good friends, like super homies with the Kill Sage yet. So we were like, so my team, because thankfully I used to play Smash, so I knew how important it was ahead of time, and like I just gathered the research, like I did what I had to do. I was really trying to get into this, right? Because I recognize it's pretty important. We were like, there's no way we're making it on day 1, despite definitely wanting to be in it on day 1. There was no way. So the goal was to be second place on day 2.
Right.
So that's the first time they were doing 2 people. I literally want to shit my pants the night before because all the numbers said I was gonna get in, but you never know when people are going to pull thousands of dollars out of nowhere in like 2 minutes before the deadline. And I was like, this is it. This is all I got. This is all I have. Right. This is it. And Sonic posted numbers. Like they made an Excel spreadsheet and they guessed how many votes people had, and they were off about how much I had by a significant amount.
Right.
So we were like sick. It was like sick. Like we're gonna like this is like best case scenario. Everyone's gonna look at this. It's wrong, right? We are going to get in. Then the next day it happened, and I was like, nice. Oh my god. Okay.
Damn.
Oh my god. Yes, it took a lot of groundwork.
Yeah.
A lot of groundwork. People really have to believe in you to do it, and you need like you need to be pretty popular already as a player too, I think. So luckily, like my fighting game history over time, like people are saying, oh, like you should go, type of thing. The house was sick, but you don't actually stay there. You're there all day, but you're not like sleeping there. Like we at night we just go back to a hotel, and then during the day they would take us to an undisclosed location. Like, yeah, you had to turn off your location because apparently in the past, somebody tweeted like, "Hey, having fun at Summit," and it said like the location, and
oh damn,
a fan took the location and went to the house. So then they're like, "No, we can't have GPS on at all this whole time."
But it was fun though, right?
It was super fun. That's like such an amazing. Anytime I'm in that type of situation where I'm like staying with a bunch of like international level players, it's always super sick. Like the level of practice too. Like I did some of the fun stuff because I got voted in, so I was like, I have a literal duty to be on camera for the people who. I raised like 13K. Right? Yeah. I thought it was amazing. Insane. That is a lot of money. I was like, bro, people, I can't just be holding up. Like I was emo too. Like the first day I was getting washed. I was emo as shit. I was like, man, I'm getting washed. Maybe I don't deserve to be here. But then I was like, even if I'm emo today, which I am, I'm not going to tweet about it because then people are going to talk shit. 2, I am going to make sure I'm on camera a lot and at least one of the days do what's the game? Mafia, even though I didn't want to play at all. All I wanted to do is play Dragon Ball, get better. Yeah. But I'm like, I must do this at least once. I must do camera stuff and do commentary a lot. 1, because I am not sponsored. I need to be on camera. And 2, for the people who voted me in. And then I have infinity time to play Dragon Ball. Right? I just need to be on camera for like 6 hours or so. I'll do the combo contest because that's me being on camera. I'll do Mafia and get smoked so I could just say I did it. and then just like play and like have fun. And like, I mean, not just have fun, but also like hype myself up for the tournament. I did fine in the tournament, all things considering. I did fine in the tournament. I had some upsets, and then
I think that's like obviously when you go somewhere and it's like, damn, do I actually deserve to be here? And like you said,
you can't help it.
But yeah, you can't help it. But like honestly, people genuinely wouldn't have voted for you otherwise. If you didn't deserve to be there, then you wouldn't have been there.
Yeah. You can't help but have that thought. Yeah, you can't help but if you're like truly reflective. Like I keep it super real. This is why like say like if someone asks me for advice, I'm like, do you want like how I feel or do you want like a nice way of putting it? Because I'm pretty strict with myself.
Yeah.
So I mean I got over it while I was there. I got over it. I'm like, even if I don't feel like I deserve to be here, I know that at least I could try to just get better at the game while I'm here because there are super good players here. Yeah. And I'll just like focus and just do my best in the tournament. Like even if I get last, I still make money, so it's all good. Then, I beat people. I beat Dogra, right? Yeah. I beat Dogra there. I had a bunch of 3-2s. I should have beat Cloud. I'm so excited about that. I'm not that excited. I should have beat Cloud, and then like I had like just a good run. Like it was unquestionably good run. Like by the end, people were like, "Oh, like no, you're sick." Like we knew you were sick. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I just never forget, ever forget Yipes with the Nesquik Kid Buu. Like ever.
We call him Hood Kid Buu.
Oh my god. Yeah, Nestle. That was it. Nestle. Oh, bro, that was just honestly Summit was genuinely one of the downright best things I've ever watched, and I still watch it sometimes too. Like I'll just be sitting and I'm like, I'm bored and I'm like, what can I watch that actually entertain me? And I'm like, Summit. Like any of Summit.
I mean, it's one of those few things you get to see your high level players without having to worry about the full on tournament mentality. When you actually have players who are jamming together at international level, the things that they learn are immense compared to where it's tournament and it's a very single focus. I'm there to win, not maybe there to learn.
But that's the thing though, like you say, Adam, like it's a different environment. Like they're actually having fun whilst they're playing in the tournament, whereas like if you watch LCQ or if you watch the World Tour finals of last year or last season, it's like, damn, people are just like focused. There is like no memes, no nothing. Like the only funny thing, I can remember is when the Kill Sage walked on stage and had his arm like through Sonic Fox's head.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing I remember that was actually like funny. Like the rest of it was like, this is World Tour Finals, someone has to win. Whereas like the Summit is a completely different environment. But yeah, in terms of growing someone's YouTube channel, what would you like recommend or say to that?
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
There's a few things you could do. Well, a lot of it. So I mean, because I get the question. So you need to plan what you want to do. Don't just do what other people do, because if you do what other people do and you're starting, right, people are just gonna watch the established people already. So you can't do what other people are doing. You need to think about something that only you have the ability to do, or something that nobody is doing that people are doing somewhere else that
Right.
you know, like not somewhere else. I mean, like another game, like Smash or something.
Yeah.
That you can like fill that role. It's one or the other. Once you do that, as long as you do it well, people will come to your videos. And then once you do that, then you could do like some of the actual like tactical stuff, because most people start with the tactical stuff rather than thinking about what to do.
Yeah.
But if you do it backwards, it'll be way more streamlined, right? Yeah. So tactical stuff being like collabs, or like asking a bigger YouTuber to do a video with you, so that like, since you have similar audiences, you should get some new people to your channel. When you get, the more subscribers you get, the reason why subscribers are so important, and like the likes and stuff so important, is because that's how YouTube chooses to show you, basically. So like the more people who like your stuff and the more people who subscribe to you, then YouTube by default will show you, when you upload your video, it will show it to more people. Like at the start, when you're starting a channel, YouTube literally doesn't show your video to people. It shows it to very few people.
Yeah.
But as your channel grows with subscribers and stuff, by default, it shows it to way more people.
Yeah.
By default. That's why. So collaborating with somebody, like that's what we're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
So like, collaborating with somebody, and then you're gonna be like, oh, Lord Knight's in this video, right? So you will get people who specifically search like Lord Knight DBFZ or whatever and you'll get some of my people here. Right? Hopefully they grow up, and then it helps the channel grow. That's like a tactical thing.
Yeah.
But you need to start at the baseline and be like, what can I do that other people can't do? So for example, I learned this through doing it. But I learned that since I look at fighting games a certain way, I'm able to explain and like walk people through a process like better than other people. So that's why I do in my videos, and that's why I think they do well.
Yeah.
But that means now that there's somebody who's doing that, who's growing. So now you can't do that. Like, I mean, you could if you want to, but like by default, people will come to me instead of to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And YouTube shows me more.
Yeah, because they know what they're getting with you, essentially, right?
Yeah. So you need to do something like that. The other thing I would also recommend is that if you can, at least upload 1 or 2 videos a week at the start, just to like get in the habit of thinking, oh, I need to upload, and then like after a couple months, up it to like 3 to 4 times a week, and eventually, if you can, do like 6 or 7 times a week.
Yeah.
Because also it's another thing about YouTube where like when you upload something, YouTube's gonna show it by default.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna try to show it. So it just gives you more chances to be seen.
Yeah.
And it gets you into the algorithm, so that you come up a lot. And uploading every day will just get you better at doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
As long as like you're reflective on it.
Yeah,
it'll get you better at like what to do when you upload, like how you do stuff, your process for doing things, the literal act of like editing stuff, like all that stuff. You'll get better at it if you just like fighting games, right? You just do it every day. So that's like part of the reason why I do it. I do it every day because 1, it literally helps the channel grow faster.
Yeah, of course.
And 2, it makes me better at doing it. Like a lot of the stuff I've been doing in the past like 3 or 4 months is from realizations from doing it every day, because I think about it more now because I do it every day.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most I could do. I feel like once you get over the first hurdle, like the first 1,000 subscribers or something, you can like, as long as like you have a plan and you just follow your plan, like it should be pretty smooth sailing. Hopefully.
Cool.
Hopefully. Yeah.
All right. I think that's pretty much all the questions that we had. It's all the questions that I had, or topics that
Yep.
that I felt like people would be interested in. Obviously, we spoke about Evo, we spoke about UI Goku a little bit. We spoke about like best assist in the game, all that sort of thing. So I feel like it was all like really relevant stuff. But I just want to thank Lord Knight, like specifically, like you didn't have to do this at all.
Thank
Obviously,
you so much.
yeah, like obviously we're just starting out our podcast, so I really do appreciate it. If you like want to plug where people can find you, like your Twitter, your stream, YouTube, all of that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Twitch. On Twitch, it's just Lord Knight. On Twitter, it's Lord Knight BB, and on YouTube, it is Duke Knight. Unfortunately, Lord Knight is a really, I don't know, it's like really popular in, I don't know, South America or something. So well, actually, the guy who was Lord Knight on Twitter is from the UK, and he hasn't used his account for like 9 years, but I can't get it. So,
You've been watching it. You've been watching it.
Yeah. If I take that, then I'm the #1 Lord Knight on Twitter. Because there's also a real Lord Knight in the UK too, who's like the Prime Minister of Education, something like that. And I need to be Lord Knight, so I could at him and be like, I am Lord Knight too, real Lord Knight.
You're gonna start getting into politics in the UK, man. All right. Well, regardless, I'm gonna leave it all in the link down below, so that they can find you really easy. Again, like I say, I just want to thank you for actually being on the podcast as well. It's really interesting, like your points of view and stuff. Go follow Beast Coast on Twitter as well, guys. Do they have a Twitch, by the way, or?
They do. I just don't know what it is. If you follow them on Twitch, I believe it's Beast Coast GG on Twitch. If you follow them on Twitch, then when you go there, they basically have a bot set up that whichever teammate is live, they just host them automatically. So it lets you watch that means that you can watch like speedrunning stuff, because we have speedrunners on our team.
Yep.
Obviously like myself, but then also Vineeth, Apology Man, when he's live, and we also have Smashers and MK.
Honeybee, right?
Honeybee and his brother Biohazard.
Biohazard, yeah.
And Dragon.
Oh yeah, Dragon's on Beast Coast as well, isn't he?
We have a good variety.
So yeah, all really top players over at Beast Coast, guys. Honeybee has obviously been top 8 at Evo. So's Dragon. I'm pretty sure Biohazard has at one point as well. I think so. Yeah, I think he has. So all really top players. So feel free to go follow them as well. Follow Lord Knight on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, and all that stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at Taser13_Twitch. And my YouTube, obviously you guys are on it anyway. So please feel free to subscribe. Adam?
Twitch, don't forget your joypad, and Twitter, don't forget your J.
And yeah, that's going to be it from us, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, guys.